What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we are in the building, peep squad. Let's get down to the situation, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 15. I believe, baby. Kenya Moore came through with them reads. She read Sonja so good. Sonja was confused. She was lost. She couldn't clap back. She thought that loud talking and broken language was going to intimidate Kenya Moore, and baby, she got a wake-up call. Kenya Moore had to basically give her the olive branch, let her know, girl, you ain't gonna win this fight. Then you got Kandi Burruss sitting at the table laughing, and Kandi was like, girl, I don't know why you trying to go toe-to-toe with Kenya. Stop listening to Marlo, because you ain't gonna go nowhere in that situation, baby. If Marlo can't handle Kenya, how can you handle Kenya? Okay, you already know you didn't want Kenya and you didn't want Shereé or none of the ladies to be over there at your iFit situation. You didn't want nobody to ask them for an opportunity, and you didn't want them to see you, do whatever you do. Okay, baby. So in any event, then we got Shereé. Shereé's going around. She is just running her mouth, basically talking bad about Kenya, talking about, oh, you have to address Kenya. Kenya gonna be mad. She gonna be upset because you invited me and you didn't invite her. And then also, you got to stop Kenya. You have to stop her. She gonna keep going at you. Kenya wasn't even going at the damn lady. Kenya was trying to be friends with the lady. Kenya was trying to get to know the lady. Yeah, she host a party at her house and serve dry food. Like, come on, we all know we go to one of our people's houses and we chilling and we all among friends and we all ladies, and there's something on the dish that's dry, something ain't right. We gonna talk about it. We gonna be like, girl, and everybody talked about it. So basically, when it came to Sonja, she wanted to point out, oh, Kenya said this. Kenya's not being honest with me. Kenya, girl, you haven't been honest since you got on this show. What are you talking about? And that's why you got to check these newbies when they get up on this show, for real, because they let Sonja get away with the situation of how she treated you. What did Sonja do? She went to Kenya, she went to Shereé, she went to Marlo, and basically she was talking about Sidora, talking about her business, talking about she don't think that is legit, something's wrong with it, she didn't lose that weight, she had surgery, this and that, getting all the girls together to basically, question Drew. And then she knew that the girls didn't have Drew's back like that. So then what did she do? She turned on Drew and she threw Drew under the bus, calling out her business, talking about she's faking fugazi and she is the picture of fitness, and everybody went along with it and laughed about it. Marlo pulled up Drew Sidora's link to her website, and basically it was a no-go. So this is the same behavior that Sonja has did before, and now she took her anger out on Kenya, because basically she's trying to move up that ladder. And she said that she was up. She said, Kenya, we used to talk every day, we used to text, and all of a sudden that stopped. So I guess she felt like Kenya need to call her. So is Marlo calling her every day? You know what I mean? Shereé calling her every day and texting her. Is Kandi doing that too? Well, Kenya got a whole lot going on in her life. She's going through a divorce. She's going through a whole lot. She ain't got time to have conversations with you and feel your ego and making you feel better that she is one of your friends. Okay, so in any event, you got a whole lot of that going on in that situation. And then Sonja, basically let us know that her, Shereé, and Marlo was supposed to be the three amigos. They supposed to come to Jamaica and basically show out and turn up and do what it do. And they were supposed to be having her back, and they was teaming up against the other ladies because they got beef with who? Shereé don't even got beef with nobody. Shereé's just being a shady mother sucker. I mean, she is shady. And then she goes to Kenya and talks smack. And Marlo basically said, Kenya, you have to address Kenya because she gonna keep coming at you. She's that type of person. She likes to prey on people. Marlo, you prey on people. What are you talking about? Like, what is going on in this situation? There's a whole lot. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples. What's up, Lewis? What's up, Miss T? How you doing, peep squad? In the mother effing building. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. What's up, Kathleen? How you doing? Good evening to you too. What's up, Kathy Smith? How you doing? What's up, Raheem Charles? How you doing? Peep squad is in the mother effing building, baby. I'm trying not to swear. Kenya is the queen of shade. Of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Miss T, I don't think Sonja does much for iFit. No, she don't. Okay, she was trying to keep that. And also, thank you for bringing that up, Miss T. And also with the iFit situation, why did Sonja didn't want them ladies there? Because she didn't want to be questioned like the way that she had Jew questioned at Jew's gym, basically saying, "Oh, look at this is somebody else's gym," and the ladies were all questioning Jew. She had all the ladies questioning Jew's, a manager or a partner. Kandi had left the situation by then, so she didn't want that return to happen to her. Because if Kenya and the other ladies would have showed up, they would have been asking questions and they would have filmed it. They probably would have got detail of what the business was really about and what she was really doing with iFit and not what she was saying. So she wanted to cover her tracks because Drew did not cover her tracks when it came to, having the lady speak up for her. That was her partner. What's up? What's up, Etta? How you doing? Kenya is the show, period. Kenya Moore isn't anyone's friend. Kenya Moore isn't anyone. Well, from the looks of it, what we see ain't nobody Kenya Moore's friend because Kandi has not stepped in and tried to stick up for, Kenya, and Marlo has been coming at Kenya. Kandi stepped in and stuck up for Sidora, you know what I mean? And Shereé has been siding with, Marlo on a low like that, but Kenya's not taking it personal. She's not crying about that. She's not best friends with anybody. Okay, we had Sonja on talk. You don't call me, you don't text me. I'm busy. You playing around. You playing games out here. You trying to get on your feet, baby. I'm on my feet and I'm swinging to the top of Walmart and CVS. Okay, and Sally's Beauty. So I ain't got time to call you, Sonja. I'm busy. Sonja. Well, Carlos King said in an interview with Behind the Velvet Rope, which is on YouTube, he said that he would get rid of Sonja and he would get rid of Drew. I was so mad when he said Drew. Drew's trying her best. Drew needs all types of help. Like, look at her luck. Look at her luck. Another injury. So Carlos King said that the audience wants the OGs back, and he said that he would get rid of Sonja and get rid of Drew and bring back NeNe Leakes, Porsha Williams, and Claudia Jordan, y'all. What's up, Catbox? How you doing? What's going on? What's up, Norris Tony? How you doing? You guys, please go check out Norris Tony YouTube channel and show him some love and some support. Raheem Charles. No, it was Shereé who told Sonja that about Kenya. Told her what? Shereé that told Sonja that about Kenya. I don't know. Tell me, you right back in the chat, Raheem, so I can know. Hey, Goddess, how you doing? Greetings to you too as well. Okay. Sonja lost her edges at the dinner. Her edges was gone. You see the what is it? The thumbnail, all that's bald. Like, yo, it's like she had a clown head. Like, why does your headline start at the middle of your head? Why is all the top of your forehead and all the way back is like silky? Like, what's going on? She can't wear. You really should have been at that dinner. She needed the screen time. I know. Well, Sonja can go. Oh, well, Sonja can go. That's what, okay. No, that Kenya would keep the beef going with Shereé. Said that not. Oh, well, they both said it. they actually both said it because Shereé, I think Shereé said to her that, she's going to keep going and keep going, and then I believe Sonja said that you need to stop. This is when Shereé and Sonja met up at the iFit thing. And then Marlo said it to her. Marlo said to Sonja when they was on the rafting that, she's going to keep poking and keep poking. She preys on people and things of that nature. Unless I messed it up or whatever. It'd be one of them situations. You already know. I'll get to it. But thank you, Raheem Charles. Because sometimes I be confused because I be so pissed when I be watching this sometimes. I be laughing and I be upset and I be thinking about things. I be like, oh, that girl is a mess. I mean, definitely when it comes down to, that whole situation. So in any event, let's see. Why is this there? Okay. I must have brought the wrong one up. Okay, let's see. Somehow, Love and Hip Hop Miami clip got into this. Okay. So somehow that clip got in here. I don't know how it did, but Lord, it did. Bobby Lips is just Bobby, stop working on yourself. Stop doing what you do. Stop getting them injections. Stop getting that facelift. Like, Lord have mercy. And I just heard Heavenly say that her idol, that she has another personality in this Little Kim. I was like, Lord. So Heavenly, are you trying to say you don't like yourself? Because Kim face is gone. Okay, so in any event, let's get down to when it comes to Ross. Ross was very disrespectful, and it's just like nobody really said anything about him being disrespectful. He was cussing at the whole table. He might have been addressing it towards Kenya and Shereé, but mostly towards Kenya, but nobody else said anything like, yo, dude, you need to sit down. You're disrespecting my wife. Don't cuss in front of my wife like this, Blase the third. So he gets up and he's talking all his other stuff. He goes, Ross says, I don't rock like this. I don't do stuff like this. I don't play like this. Don't F with my wife. Don't do that ish to my wife. And Marlo screaming in the background, stop attacking her. Stop attacking her. Stop. Marlo, you are so wrong. Marlo is such a witch. Marlo was like, stop attacking her one at a time. I was like, Lord, look at her. And look at Marlo just starting all types of mess. Marlo is a mess. You can hear in the background screaming while he's up there talking. And like, he's up here, feeling himself like, okay, yeah, you're disrespectful. How would you like it if a man got up and cussed at your wife? You know what I mean? And Kenya Moore felt a certain type of way because she didn't have no man there and she wasn't protected and nobody said anything. Then Marlo, she turns around and she says, well, when what's his name? Todd Tucker said to her, keep my effing name out the situation. She was like, I wish you wouldn't swear at me, Todd, because I don't have a man here with me. Didn't you bring a man to do the roses? So you're gonna tell me that man that you brought on a trip with you to Jamaica ain't a man, girl? Like, what you saying? What you saying that you didn't have a man? And then on top of that, she goes, you addressing me with cuss words. I would rather you wait until, there's a man with me, but no one stood up for Kenya when Ross was cussing her out. It's all good. Shereé said, well, he was doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? So Kenya don't got no friends on this show. And she be going hard for Kandi, and Kandi be tiptoeing, whether Kandi feels guilt if she defends Kenya. She feel like people are going to antagonize her and her fan base is going to get at her if she helps out Kenya, because that's what she was saying the previous season when we had Bolo on there. Okay, so in any event, she's feeling that certain type of way. So he walks off. He done lift up his shirt. I don't know if he's hot or if he's ready. He used to play football. He might got CTE. You don't know what he gonna do. Okay, I never said he was attractive. I never said he looked good. I never said I liked him, because I just knew there was something strange. Don't you sit there at no table cuss out nobody. Like, this is our money. This is our bread and butter. We don't need you to give them more things to talk about. So in any event, the way that Sonja, is, and throwing herself into drama, and basically she started the drama with Drew and she started the drama with Kenya. So they're gonna keep her around, so she gonna be around, y'all. Bobby looks horrible. You're too much. Shereé put a battery in Sonja's back, and Marlo turns the switch on. Exactly. That's what happened. And she felt real stupid because she couldn't even defend why she was being such a hater, why she didn't want her to come, and why she chose to pick Shereé and not pick Kenya. She's the one that's saying that she got a problem, she got an issue. Kenya just wanted to address, like, hey, girl, I was out here waiting for you. Where were you? Because she lied, and she said her phone was missing. She lost the phone. She wasn't answering the phone. She found the phone. All types of stories, all types of lies. For real. Russian had to apologize to the group, and he didn't even apologize because he thinks he's too good, like his wife thinks she's too good. Just because he caters to her and she talks to him like he ain't nobody, or basically she is his puppet because she got the money and the relationship, or that's what it seems, because Sonja is the one that's saying that his business is failing, not us, not I. Okay. And he said it himself. All right. So, you know, they got that house and everybody's babysitting and running around the house for Sonja. So they think that these group of ladies supposed to cater to Sonja. Who she thinks she is? She ain't nobody special. She better be glad that she's on the show, and she better be appreciative. And she gonna turn around and say, oh, Kenya, you are ungrateful. Ungrateful for what? Ungrateful for what? Just because I asked you a question, like I was out here waiting, you questioned me, you summoned me the other day talking about I'm not here, I'm not there, and I wanted to show you that I wanted to support you and have your back. Then you turn around and you pull a fast one and basically just bring Marlo and then bring the other girls. Okay, when Sonja is the one that made this trip to be so important that you better not wear too much weave, you better wear this, you better wear that, you better have this, boo boo boo. She had all types of lists and everything, and then she gonna turn around and default on one of the, you know, adventures they supposed to do because she was feeling a certain type of way, because she didn't want to be questioned over there at iFit. And Kenya would have asked questions. What do Kenya always do? Ask questions. What would a Kandi did? She would have been asked questions to the people, and they would have gave them answers, and Kenya and Kandi would have been able to understood what the production, the producers, and everything that they said. They would have been able to put everything together and put her business out on Front Street, just like she had to do to Drew. Okay, you ain't slick, girl. You and your husband ain't slick, running away from the situation. Okay, like don't even play with us. Like we don't play with us. Okay, so in any event, you got that situation. And so Kenya basically, while they sitting at the table, Kenya said, you know, she tried to ask, you know, Sonja, you know, Kenya said, you know, you told the whole table, you told all of us to be there at a certain time, to be there at 9:30. You instructed us. We were there. Me, basically, she said, me and Shereé, we was there. And you know, you could have called us, you know, and we was ready to go. And you could have, you know, and then you saw Marlo there and you didn't even question why Marlo was there. You know what I mean? So she's asking the question to the table. So, you know, Kenya is basically just asking the question because you just called me out yesterday and say I be showing up late. So now I show up early. I'm ready to go, and then you disappeared. Then I can't call you. I'm reaching out, I'm trying to call you. You got a new guest sitting here and somebody that you invited, and they're left out. They don't know what's going on. Like, that's not how you're supposed to do it. So now Kenya is basically bringing the heat because you started the heat. You started the heat when you basically ditch, you know, Kenya, and you ditched Shereé, and they both felt like you was doing them like you did Drew, disinvited them, and they didn't like that. And Shereé said in her confessional, it was funny when it was happening to Drew. When Drew was being uninvited, I was laughing, but when it happens to you, it don't feel that way. So they should have been put Sonja in her place. They let her run around with that top of that forehead being bald and not telling her to put some edge oil cream on it. You know what I mean? She been running amok. She been listening to Marlo. Marlo's telling her, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Because she said she was team with Marlo and Shereé. And she said she is so surprised at Shereé because she thought she don't care about Kenya. Oh, she expected from Kenya, but she didn't expect it from Shereé. So that tells you already that she was feeling a certain type of way about Kenya, and she didn't want to mess with Kenya no more. Kenya had no idea that Sonja's feeling this type of way because they had a conversation, because Kenya did hang up on Sonja, because Sonja was basically insinuating that you need to bring a partner, basically throwing shade that Kenya didn't have a companion to bring, and then she got checked for that. Now she's still upset about that. So basically she crossed Kenya off the list, and especially when Kenya did not bow down to Marlo over there at the lodge, so she crossed Kenya off. This is where the change had begun. And Kenya confided in Sonja about her issue and about what she thought about Marlo doing with her nephews. And what did Sonja do? She ran over there and told Marlo. And what did Marlo do? She ended up acting a complete mother effing fool, chasing Kenya around the house, trying to get a conversation with Kenya. So, she's a shit starter. You know what I mean? And she's chasing behind Marlo. That's okay. Marlo gonna chase you right out of your peach, girl. Because when her peach gets shaky, she gonna turn on you quick, fast, in a hurry. Then we got Kandi. Oh, something went wrong. Something happened. Things are rough. Things are tough. She's saying all the other good stuff, basically to try to stop the situation. She said basically everything, every time you turn around, some of us, we get caught up in the moment, we get caught up in things because we're working and things of that nature. And then, so basically she's throwing she got all types of excuses for everybody else, but she ain't got no excuse for Kenya, no big up for Kenya. So in any event, we have Sonja, she's walking away and she's like, I can't believe they would do this to me. You spoiled, rotten little girl. I can't believe they would do this to me. Do what to you? She just questioned you. And then Shereé basically said that, she felt like she was disinvited. All you have to do is explain it, but your lies, you was getting caught up in your lies. First, I lost my phone was missing, I wasn't answering my phone, all types of stuff. She got caught up. And then her husband, he jumped in to save her because he knew that she looked bad. So basically he's smiling and grinning because he done cussed out a bunch of women. Okay, how strong are you? How good is that? So he cussed them out. He goes, if my wife is drowning, I'm gonna save her. Yeah, but there's some things that, this is business, this is work, and you supposed to act better than the way you're supposed to act. You could basically address the situation like, yo, we're gonna leave this conversation here. This is not good. This is not healthy for my wife, and I'm kind of getting upset, and I don't want to, display a behavior that I'm going to regret. So can we please change the conversation? Me and my wife are gonna walk away and we're going to cool off. But no, he F this. He don't know no other words than F this and F that. I'm not playing this. I'm not playing that. Okay, so we understand why there's no reading going on over there at the Ross's house. Okay, so we have that situation. I'm like, Lord. And so then Drew jumped in because the same thing that Sonja is doing to Kenya, she did it to Drew. But Drew had no allies. Okay, and she she had no allies, and it's just like, oh, Drew, you're the problem. Oh, Drew, you're the issue. Oh, Drew, you're the problem. But Sonja is doing the exact same thing. And so, Drew jumps up into the situation and basically says, well, we can't confront each other about our shit. We can't talk to each other about that. We can't address each other about our wrong, because when I'm wrong, I'm addressed and people confront me and I have to deal with it. So she gets a pass on the situation. Yeah, they're giving her a pass. They've been giving her a pass. That's why she felt like she was okay. She went and checked around, with everybody else to see what they had to say about Kenya. She didn't check with Kandi, but she checked with Shereé and she checked with Marlo. They were cool with the situation. Then she went on to be very disrespectful to Kenya for no reason. Kenya didn't do ish to the girl. Okay, you saying you better come like this. You was treating them like they were little kids, like they ain't never traveled the world. Kenya been more places than you will ever be, girl. Like, you fall back. So, Kandi was like, Drew should have gone. She should have, but she wanted to get a paycheck. Ross was talking about don't mess with my wife, but it's okay to check Kenya. Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's okay to do that. Yes. Drew, they don't like you, Ariel. Exactly. Catherine, shady Kenya. Sonja, you wanted to sidebar with Kenya because she was late. Then she wouldn't answer the phone calls. Yes, facts. Raheem Charles, she leaves her own trip dinner. Yes, she walks away and leave them, but the girls are so used to this. They just sat there and kept eating. He said KFC chicken. Yeah, the KFC chicken brought Marlo and Kandi back together. Hey, what's up, Sheila? You only have to give Kandi a chicken wing. But remember on the old lady gang, when her aunts was about to fight and everything, they went in the kitchen and got chicken and they were all happy again. So yes, chicken does satisfy Kandi and her family, baby. Miss T, asking question is very disrespectful, especially if the answer is going to be a lie. Facts. I got sick of seeing another patty. Marlo-Sheree is Mary Jane. Lord. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. What's up, LSW? How you doing? What's going on, girl? Sonja needs to get a life. Lord, the British guy was a production plant. I know. Sheila, you can buy food, never. Yeah, that's, you know how Candy is. So in any event, so you have basically, when it comes down to that situation, that, you know, Drew's addressing, you know, why is she getting away with this? And so this is where we get to, you know, Sonja basically saying that she can't believe, you know, that she's surprised with Shereé, because her and Shereé supposed to be cool and things of that nature. And she basically says, Kenya is whack, bro. You know, but I'm really surprised at Shereé. And she goes, I felt like Shereé, Marlo, and me, we had a pact. We was going to turn up. We was going to be the 3 musketeers. And basically Shereé, she jumped ship, and, you know, really quick. And she finds it funny. And she says that Shereé is a weather friend, a fair weather friend. Basically, she blows in the wind with her friendship. So basically, she gets on national TV and she dishes Shereé, because Shereé just basically asks her a question like, I felt like I was disinvited. And the reason why you're being questioned, if you're disinvited because you thought it was cool, you thought it was shade, you thought it was reading, I'm disinviting Drew. I'm disinviting Drew. I'm disinviting Drew. And so now they feel like you're doing the same thing to him. So your own behavior is coming back to backfire on you, and you can't help it because you show who you are as a person and what you would do to somebody. So therefore they're feeling a certain type of way, and basically you feel like you're above approach. Okay, and that's like, girl, go sit down somewhere, like go sit down. And so, you know, you have that situation. And Kenya got her a little bone, and she's going to teach Sonja a lesson. She's going to teach Sonja not to be a follower. She's going to teach Sonja what Sonja needs to be doing. Okay. And Sonja's going to realize that she ain't intelligent as smart as she is, because Kenya read her. And I was like, ooh, Marlo had her face turned up. Marlo, your girl can't read her. You can't read her, and your girl can't read her. Y'all need to practice. Y'all in Atlanta, go get some help. So and Kenya says, you have a whole person show up, you know, to your situation that you invited, and you ain't even showing up for that person. And Shereé says, and then she has an attitude when you ask her. So now Shereé's throwing the shade. Yes, she got an attitude, but yes, Shereé goes behind Kenya's back and talk to Sonja. But so now she's saying to the table, not behind nobody's back. Well, Sonja's not there. That yes, she got an attitude. Then Kenya said, yeah, she got an attitude, but she needs to be catching being apologetic instead of that attitude that she got. And Kandi, you know, Candy's feeling a certain type of way. She wants no parts in the situation. Candy's basically saying, oh, I don't even know why they mad. You don't know why they mad because they were lied to. Just because you was there to practice your line and you needed to get help from Drew so you can be a better actress. So you wasn't going to go anyway because you didn't even care. You didn't want to get up, and you was practicing your line and rehearsing, so you didn't care. You didn't get up to go out there and wait like they did, okay, and then be accused of not showing up to their trip, and then it being shady, like you being disinvited because you didn't even want to be invited. But Candy's basically saying, girl, they are mad for no reason. Nope, they're calling Sonja out on her ish, and Kandi don't understand because Kandi could care less. She wanted to practice her lines and get her lines together. That's what she wanted to do. And she said, I thought you ladies would be happy to be on that boat. Yes, the ladies have fun on that boat, but also with the boat that they was on, I know it's supposed to be something that's supposed to be special when you go to Jamaica, or it's something, a part of the culture, a part of the custom, or whatever. But why wasn't they on some type of P. Diddy boat? You know what I mean? Like, why was they on that boat? Why they wasn't on that P? We just seen Young Miami on P. Diddy's boat with all his women, you know, all weekend long. Like, you know, why are they on that little boat? Okay. And then even on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls trip, they'll be on better boats. It's like these trips is just like really raggedy. I mean, like, they don't have no type of like special stuff going on for these ladies. That I'm like, so in any event, and so Marlo, she is so shady. Marlo threw her shade, and Marlo was like, Lord, Kenya is just mad because John left after the first night. She is so shady. She is so shady. So in any event, so I was like, no, she did not go there and say that. So she threw that shade, asking questions. So she threw that shade, and I was just like, Lord have mercy. She definitely threw that shade at Kenya. I was like, girl. And so, and you know, when it comes to Kandi, she's just like, whatever. I don't even know. So, you know, it's a whole lot going on in this situation. And now we finally get Sonja. She comes back to the table, you know, with her husband, and they basically kind of like close the situation out and things of that nature. But before then, you know, Kandi was basically saying, you know, you guys was on a boat ride. Didn't you enjoy the boat ride and things of that nature? And then Kenya Moore was like, the boat ride? She didn't even call on the boat ride to find out if we was okay, if everything was going well, if everything was good. She didn't even call to check on us. She didn't even do that. So, you know, Kenya's basically just adding fuel to the fire, basically saying your girl wasn't worried about us. And she's looking at Kandi like, the boat ride? Girl, we had to make ourselves fun. And then Kandi throws her shade towards, you know, Kenya, and she said, girl, if we had to talk about hosting, I would say that Sonja is a better host than Kenya. I was like, oh God, you know, when it comes to Kandi, she is still hovering over them crab cakes and baby letting them starve. And she said, if you ask me, that trip that Kenya planned, oh, compared to Sonja, Sonja's a better host. I mean, she she won't give Kenya a bone, baby. Like, Lord. And so I was just like, okay, Kandi. Kandi said, I'm gonna tell you who's better. Kandi is a trip. I know. That's what it seems like, Miss T. They didn't mention him since the dinner. I know. John was gone. Oh, budget like the party. Yes, cat box, low budget, all day. They didn't mention him at all. He ran, cat box. He ran. So, you know, so you have that. So you have, hey, what's up, Robin Walker? How you doing? That man John was there already, and probably, oh, the next day he was leaving. That's right. The next day he was only there. The next day he was leaving, because Kenya did explain that the next day that he was leaving. I don't know if she explained it on the show or if she said it on the after show, but the next day that he was leaving, it was mentioned that he was going to be leaving. So thank you for that, Robin. But yeah, but she threw that shade. She threw that shade. Yep, that's right, Sheila. That's right. Hattie Smith, Shereé set up Sonja. Marlo and Shereé used that rookie to get after Kenya and sat back and watch her get cleared. I know. And that's why you are absolutely right, Smith. And that's why Kandi was laughing at the table. Lord. He probably did meet with her later that night, but I know that he was leaving the next day. Yeah, Kenya seems to defend Kandi more than Kandi defends Kenya, but they are friends. Yep, that's true. And Kenya is still friends with Shereé as well. But I don't know. A lot of things might change. Yes, he has been there 5 days prior to. Yep. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. So, in any event, like, so, you know, you got a whole lot going on in this situation. So I was just like, okay. And so, you know, once Kandi basically said, didn't you guys have fun on the boat trip? Didn't you have that? And then, you know, Marlo says Ken is making a big deal because John left on her the same day. So she's throwing her shade. And, you know, Kandi threw her shade that, you know, Sonja is the better host. And Kenya basically saying that, you know, Sonja's out here kikiing with everybody. She's kikiing with others. You know, how come she can't call us and tell us what's going on? How come we couldn't get a call back or whatever? And Shereé said, I know what, Shereé basically said, I know how it feels now to be disinvited, and I don't like that feeling. I thought it was funny when it was happening to Drew, but it ain't funny now. And Kandi basically says, well, it's rough for Sonja. She's working, she's having a difficult time. It's just very difficult for her right now. She's having a rough time and things of that nature. And so you got that whole, so Candy's basically shucking and jiving as usual. And you got that whole situation. And Drew basically said, we all go through stuff. We all have things that happen to us, and we busy and we have all these things going on. But that does not negate the fact that, we can't question her. We can't ask her questions or things like that nature. And she can't own up to it. You know what I mean? And so Drew's basically trying to throw it in there like, but nobody really cares about Drew, in this situation. They're like, because everything that she did to Shereé and Kenya, she did it to Drew. And so Drew's trying to throw in the fact like, hey, listen, she did the same thing, and now she's be able to skeet away, but y'all call me out and say I talk like this, I do this and I do that, and look at her just skeet away. And so, Candy's basically being the peacemaker at the whole, she's being a peacemaker, trying to. And Drew is not feeling it. And Drew, that red lipstick is not cute on you, baby girl. Baby girl. That color is just not you. Sonja comes back to the table. She's acting. She's faking it to make it. And she said, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. I don't want, we continue to have the rest of a good trip. Her husband comes and he goes, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to do this. So she explained that she's going to do iFit tomorrow. And then she's going to, they're going to go rafting and things of that nature. And Ross did not even apologize to the group. Once again, not a gentleman. But one thing is for sure, Drew had all the men carrying her on her wheelchair, baby. She had 40 men there carrying her. You go, Drew. And she said, I feel like Beyonce. I thought that was so cute and so nice. And look at these guys, they carrying her. Even Tor got in and did some manual labor, y'all. So they carrying her. And Ralph has been a good little boy on this trip. Ralph has been good. Okay, but next episode, Drew mother gonna get into him, baby. And then, he lifts her up onto the bus, and then Magnetta's husband grabs her. I'm telling you, top of the line service, top of the line respect, baby. And then we got Sonja. She's asking Marlo to basically, take over and be host at the last minute, or was this already planned? Okay. So she ain't even worried about these girls. And it is what it is. She want everything to be perfect and be number one, and everybody praise her because that's what her family does. And she was praised by being a 4-time Olympian, gold medal and a bronze medal, I think she got. And so, she thinks that, it is what it is. So we get to Shereé, and Shereé's basically getting news that her stuff ain't right. This ain't coming in, that ain't coming in, and her show is done. Her fashion show is going to be in 3 weeks. We know she's inviting Apollo to walk, in her fashion show. But in any event, she's not getting good news, and, things are not happening for her like she wants them to happen for her. So it is what it is. Like, girl, like, it's always something going on when it comes down to Shereé. Like, Shereé, you ain't gonna never get these clothes together. You should have never been laughing at Drew and her business. Okay, drop it with Drew. Like, Lord, like, what's happening? And so, Sonja says basically she's gonna dot all her I's and cross her T's, okay? And basically saying you can take that, Kenya. And basically she's saying that Kenya's coming after her. She's not coming after you. You approached her about her behavior. You said that she was late, this and that. And then the next day she wanted to make it up and be there on time, and you basically blew her off, okay? So now she's basically saying, oh, she's the one that's causing all the trouble. I'm I'm going to make sure I'm super clear. You wasn't super clear the first time, so you was wrong, and you wasn't even woman enough to even apologize to the situation. This is what baffles me, brickhead out here, brick forehead out here just doing too much. And so, oh God. So she's doing too much, and she says that I'm going to be super clear so no one is being left out. So now she's trying to say, oh, Kenya feels bad because she was left out. You left Kenya out on purpose, and you did her like that. Okay, you did that on purpose because you was hearing you was running behind Marlo, and you was running behind how I'm going to keep my peace, and somebody told you come for Kenya, and and basically make headlines. And it's always been done when the new girls come through. And so, you have that situation. She goes, I call that being transparent, Kenya. I was like, oh, that is so shady. She is so shady. I call that being transparent. You wasn't transparent because you would have been honest and said, I didn't want none of you guys to attend. I turned my phone off and I didn't want to be bothered because y'all pissed me off. And what did they do to piss her off? Nothing. Because Kenya was late and she got there anyway. So she got there anyway. She got there late, but she got there anyway. And she's tired of Kenya's excuse and she don't want to hear it no more. And so now, Sonja has left Marlo to be the host, and Kandi's not hearing the situation at all. Kandi's like, why would you have her be the host? And so we find out that, Sonja, she pulled Shereé to the side because, Shereé's supposed to be her ace boon coon, okay? So she pulled Shereé to the side and apologized to Shereé and basically said, oh, I really wanted you to be there, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna have a ride transportation for you can come to, the iFit shoot with me. And I know you really care. I know you really want to support me, unlike, Kenya. So basically she did that with Shereé because she's trying to keep Shereé close. Probably Marlo told Sonja that you need to go talk to Shereé, bring her back in, because Marlo knows numbers matter sometimes, especially if you getting into an argument, if you need somebody to have your back or if you need somebody to sway the storyline. So she went, she got her some Shereé, baby. She called Shereé up and Shereé was sitting there happy like, oh yeah, baby. Shereé said, I'm in the mix. Shereé don't give a shit about each she don't give nothing up, she don't care nothing about these ladies. She's in here trying to keep her peach. She's talking about Kenya, she's talking about Sonja, she's just in here like, what? Who gonna check me, boo? That's how she's acting. Who gonna check me? Shereé is a mess. So, but in any event, when it comes to Sonja, she was still being messy. She made sure that Shereé came at the end of the shoot, but Shereé said that they got lost or whatever. Okay. And so they meet up. And, Kandi's feeling a certain type of way. Kandi's like, why would, Sonja have Marlo be the host when Marlo is not getting along with, some of the girls? Like, that's a problem. That's the issue. That's the situation. And then Kenya is feeling a certain type of way. She goes, why would Sonja put Marlo in charge? And she goes, why would she put this clout chaser? Why would she put this irrelevant clout chaser pedestrian in charge of me? So she's not feeling the situation at all. She's feeling like, girl, you put this clout chaser, Kenya did feel a certain type of way. She kind of felt, you can tell at the second dinner that she felt kind of like, damn, but she wasn't going to let her emotion build up because the things that Sonja was doing was basically throwing shots at her. And she didn't want to, just run off of that. She was holding it in. So she was being mature about the situation because Sonja was leaving little breadcrumbs to let her know that she was being shady, especially with the Shereé situation. Marlo hosting, she wasn't good with Kenya, so why not say, Kenya, can you please host? Kenya would have said yes, so, and then so we got that, so we have that situation. And then Sonja, she basically says something shift between me and Kenya, and what shift was, the camping lodge. You going back and telling Marlo what Kenya said, and Kenya talking about your dry food, you didn't like that. But when you asked Kenya to come and do your photo shoot, what did she do? She didn't even know you, and she came, and that was putting money in your pocket, not putting money in her pocket. And so now, oh my God, look at her look at Sonja's forehead. Doesn't it look like a street? A 4-lane crossing looks like a 4 crossing. Like, look at that wide traffic. Oh my God. Like, that's all baldness. Like, what's going on? But in any event, that part was hilarious. They all was ignoring Marlo. Shereé is extremely messy. Sonja told on herself, apologizing to Shereé. Yes, because she was wrong. Thank you. Yes, that's why she was wrong. She knew she was wrong because, Kenya was like, why couldn't you, send a car or call us and see if we were still coming? That part was hilarious. All facts, Mary Jane. Sonja lost her head messing with Kenya at the last dinner. Yes. Sonja picked Marlo to host just to go under Kenya's skin. Yes. And yes, she's been leaving breadcrumbs to let you know that I got an issue with you, Kenya. And Kenya could have responded and said, you did this. And then she would have been like, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. So Kenya just waited until let her come at me. Yep. After Sonja told her lie. Yeah. I thought that was Marlo meeting Shereé to talk about modeling. Lord. Can't wait to see the fashion show. The fashion show is going to be, one of these situations. So in any event, like she looks like a 4-way cross, and that forehead, like, bad. She don't even need hair, girl. She ain't got none at the top. So in any event, moving on from that situation. So Shereé meets up, and then we have Sonja basically saying that there was a shift. We know where the shift took place. Shereé says, well, she's really going to have a problem, that you invited me and you did not invite her. And Sonja said, well, that'll be okay. I was trying to really genuinely be her friend. And Sonja said, and she tries stuff like that. Sonja said something like she tries stuff like that, and she tried to be her friend. And as the host, you check. And she said basically, oh, you as the host, you're supposed to check on us while you working. And so basically, Sonja said, how can I check on you while I'm working? Why I should turn around and twirl my ass, my little ass. Like, girl, why are you calling Kenya more ass little? You don't got no ass. You don't got no ass. You don't got no breasts. You don't got nothing. You're a flat core boy. So don't be talking about nobody having a little booty, girl. You should definitely not do that. That's definitely should not be your forte of talking about bati, okay? So I was just like, and then Sonja was like, do you think that she will call and check up on us when she was on Dancing with the Stars? Dancing with the Stars is totally different. You can't really hear. You only can go on air for a certain amount of times to tell people to vote for you. And then this and that. She probably would have had somebody else check on you. So basically she's been watching. She's been watching Miss Kenya more. And she said, what if she was on Dancing with the Stars, she would have been, twirling that little ass around, and basically Shereé says, for Kenya, she's going to keep trying you. You got to shut that shit down. And that's what Shereé said, to Sonja, that Kenya's going to keep trying her. She got to shut that down. So I'm like, damn. Like, so she's giving her some tea, and she's talking about Kenya and laughing in Kenya's face. Okay. This is the second time you got Marlo dissing Kenya and talking bad about Kenya, talking bad about Kandi. Now we got Shereé initiating the conversation and basically saying that you got to shut it down because Kenya's going to keep trying you. And Sonja said, watch out, Sonja said, Kenya better watch out because she's a Tasmanian. She got a Tasmanian ass and a Jamaican Tasmanian ass, or whatever the case may be. So, Shereé's definitely being shady. Okay. And so what did Sonja do? She went to talk to Shereé, and, and she cleared that situation up. So she sees Shereé's good. So now she already knows she's good with Marlo because Marlo's hosting the trip. So now when she comes to the dinner, she's going to try to check Kenya. That's the same thing she did with Drew. So, she's continuing the same behavior. She is the same dog with the same tricks. Okay. Now, oh my God, look at the rest of this hair, Lord. Look like she got what is that hanging from the back of her head? Lord, look, they tried to stretch her hair into a ponytail and they're missing spots, and you can see the bald spot. This is crazy. But, next season she'll get it together because right now, girl, what is going on with this hairstyle? This is just way too much. That's true. Stay away from like, yes. I mean, crazy. Sonja is a clown. She is trying to come for Kenya and did not have real reasons. Facts. Kenya won't host a trip while doing yes, yes, yes. Dancing with the Stars. She won't do that. Okay, she won't do that. We know that's too grueling. Yeah, she got straight. She got straight for real, for real. Hey, what's up, Kimmy? How you doing? What's going on? With batteries this episode. Oh yes, there was. Shereé was like, "You gonna have to stop her. You gonna have to shut that down, girl, or she gonna keep trying you." And Kenya wasn't trying her. Kenya just wanted to ask her, "Why didn't you answer the phone? I wanted to be there to support you." And all she had to do was say, "This is what happened. That's what happened." She was like, "I'm not gonna be questioned. You're not gonna talk to me. I'm not." That's like a spoiled, rotten brat as a grown woman. You know what I mean? And you would think that she would, you know, be more mature, but that's not the situation, y'all. And so now they get to this part, and Kenya, if you watch the episode, Kenya was looking a certain type of way, like she was feeling a certain type of way, and she was knowing that the girls, Marlo was like, "Oh girl, how was it, Shereé?" Shereé was like, "Oh my god, I had so much fun with Sonja. It was so beautiful." Kandi, "Oh, how was it, Shereé?" Blah blah blah, and basically throwing it up in the face because Kenya got into an argument the night before, and she was disinvited, and then she got cussed out by her husband, and then Sonja the next day brings Shereé to the I fit situation, and Kenya's left out in the dark, basically showing once again, I have a problem with Kenya. She should have invited Kenya and Shereé to go at the same time. Marlo knows what's up, they all know what's up, Kenya know what's up, but she feels like, damn, I'm not going to be the bad guy. They're not going to make me the bad guy. It kind of hurts my feelings, but she ain't going to say that, because if they see weakness, what they're going to do, they're going to try to come for you, because that's what happened to Drew not too long ago. So in any event, so they are just there, talking about, oh yeah, Shereé's just bragging. Shereé make me sick too. Shereé make me sick. Shereé was just, oh my god, it was just so wonderful, girl. You was talking mad shit about Kenya, and you was pumping that girl up to get mad. Kenya didn't do now. Marlo is just cheesing because, oh, we getting under Kenya's skin. She ain't got no friends on this show. We gonna get her. Marlo was like, oh my god, she came down with the dreadlocks, baby. She was like, oh, I am loving Jamaica. I'm like, what? Like, this is just so shady. I mean, just so shady. And so, Kenya, she just sitting at the table, and she's like, oh yeah, okay. And Shereé's like, well, Sonja said, that, it was a mess up with her team and things of that nature. If it was a mess up with her team, how come she couldn't? She said, you know what, Kenya, was a mess up with my team. Shouldn't have went that way. You guys have come with me today. But no, she don't want to do that, because she don't want to. Sonja don't want to be called out for being wrong. She always wants to be right. She wants everything to be perfect. She wants to have this perfect lifestyle, this perfect life, this perfect image, and then also be a little grimy and gritty. But the problem is, you're showing your hand already, so what you're trying to portray is not coming off on the camera, girl. It's not coming off on the camera. We don't see it. Okay, so in any event, Shereé is just basically saying, oh, she invited me to come today. It was just a misunderstanding. I felt so good. It was this and that. Kenya said, do I feel a little salty? Do I feel salty? Kenya said, no, I don't feel salty. I just know Sonja feels a certain type of way about what the conversation that went down, and she's upset about it. And she didn't want to talk to me before. She talked to Teray first before she talked to myself, but it just shows how Sonja deals with conflict. She already showed you how she dealt with conflict with Drew. Remember, she kept brushing Drew off, and she didn't want to talk to Drew, and she still haven't really talked to Drew. And so, so Kenya's just there. She's like, okay, all right. So, You want me to feel salty? I'm not going to feel salty because I've been here. I've done that. I know what the tricks are. I'm not elementary. I'm not high school. You know what I mean? I'm a grown woman running businesses. So y'all trying to make, I see the play. I see the move that you're making, and you're not going to, have me fall into that and question, oh, why she didn't call me? That's so wrong. She didn't play into their hand. And thank you so much for that, Miss Moore. And so in any event, the bird starts shitting. Shereé put a napkin, caught the shit. Marlo almost got bird shit on her, and Todd got bird shit on him. Kandi got bird shit on her. Manetta Shaw, she might have got some bird shit. The birds are just sitting there shitting on top of their food. The people at the place know them birds come over there and shit all the time, okay? So they eating and the birds are shit. And what do you guys think about that? Kandi said bird poop doesn't stop lunch. I know she did, but it's supposed to be bird poop. It's supposed to be good luck. No disrespect to the chick lovers. Lord. Yeah, she's serious about her food. She is no joke in that situation. Very serious. Yep, that's true. Hey, Cece, what's going on? I don't know where she saw her sister make her clothes in the dark in the closet, baby, with the old school sewing machine. Sometimes she use needles and thread, and she thread the needles and she knock them up, and she just be sewing shit together for Sonja. Because that pink outfit she had on, Lord, they cut, paste, and glued that outfit. For real, for real. That's what they definitely did. It was a mess. So the bird sitting there shitting on them, and we got Kandi sitting there eating. She said, I don't miss a meal or a bag. And Kandi sitting there eating, Lord. And she didn't go nowhere. She finished her food. Ain't nobody gonna make me run. Kandi is very country, okay? Kandi stayed there and she ate her food. Marlo said, let's leave, let's go. We ain't gonna stay here. And then Manetta Shaw goes outside by the pool, and then Marlo with her nasty ass. Marlo was like, oh, I'm surprised that Manetta Shaw, she came out here. I'm surprised Kandi let her come over here and she wasn't stuck up the Kandi's butt. Like, everybody ain't like you. Everybody don't have to be stuck up somebody's butt. Just because you're somebody's friend doesn't mean you can't be that person's friend, that person's friend. If she wants to continue to be on the show and be a peach holder, she's gonna have to, build a relationship with each and every one of y'all. Something that you forgot to do, something that you had going on, but somehow this season you just threw that all away. But in any event, she's calling out Manetta like, Kandi controls her and things of that nature. And that's not the case. Manetta was like, I'm coming through. Like, what? I had to finish my food first. They didn't want to carry their plates. And then, Marlo, basically, she got the bone right now because Kandi was in the wrong, interrupting her when she was getting at, what's his name, Ralph. Kandi was in the wrong. She jumped into the situation. She jumped into that beef, because Kandi was tired of Marlo. Marlo's been playing the game. Marlo's been coming at people. Marlo's been doing a whole lot. You know what I mean? So she felt like, let me get into this situation. Kandi could have handled it differently. Yes, she could have used different wording and tried to change the subject and things of that nature, but she didn't. She threw Marlo's nephews into the situation, and now Marlo, anybody that would listen to Marlo saying that, Kandi, you were wrong. You went below the belt first. Blase in the third. So you already know that situation. So this is what Marlo's basically telling the ladies, and Shereé, she totally agrees with Marlo, and also Manetta agrees with Marlo that, when it comes to Kandi, she jumped in, she threw my nephews in there. She didn't have to throw my nephews' names in there and what was going on in our situation. Just because she felt like I was doing the same thing that Ralph was doing, she told my personal business in front of everybody. And, I don't like that. So Marlo basically went and was thinking about it, and she probably went over and talked to a few people, and she had to, revisit the conversation. Somebody had to tell her, well, Kandi was actually in the wrong, girl. And so, because Marlo usually is lost and things be above her head most of the time. You know what I mean? It'd be above her head. So now somebody told her that you are in the right, and she's not really in the right. Just because Kandi went low, she didn't have to go low either. But Marlo always goes low, and Marlo should forgive anybody that says anything to her, because of the things that she done said, to Kenya. The things that she done said in the past has went way below the belt. But in any event, Marlo's basically saying, she was wrong. She was wrong. Kandi was wrong. wrong. She jumped in and she shouldn't have jumped into my business. Okay. And Shereé and Manetta agrees with the situation. And Marlo is pleading her case, and Manetta feels that Marlo is right in this situation. So, that's just what it is. And Kandi don't like that, because Kandi said it to Manetta that, you went light on Marlo. Kandi, ain't nobody fighting your battles. Okay, girl, you've been here too long. You've been up from the second season to now. You're gonna have to fight some battles. Like, I'm glad that she stepped to Marlo and stopped Marlo, because Marlo was going to chastise, Ralph in that whole situation. And basically, and Drew doesn't want any beef with Marlo. Drew's kind of scared of Marlo. That's what it seems. But she'll talk her mess and run. And Shereé feels like Kandi inserted herself into the conversation that Miss Marlo was having when it came to Ralph. In any event, so now they go boat rafting in Kenya. Shereé said, I told Sonja that I was mad at her, and then we had the conversation. So they're having that conversation, and then that's when and Sonja said, she's so shocked that Shereé would ever think that she would purposely basically disinvite her, and she goes, I am tired of Kenya being passive aggressive. She's not being passive or aggressive. She was just asking you a question. And so, look, now you're going to tell me it doesn't look like Sonja's hair is Photoshop on her head. You're going to tell me don't look Photoshop right there. You're going to tell me it doesn't look like they Photoshop Diana Ross hair onto Sonja. You're going to tell me that don't look Photoshop. The whole top is bald. She looks like she got faded up on the side. I just looked up. When I seen this, I didn't see it. Manetta is securing the friend role. Yes, she is. Keep safe, be safe, cat box, be safe. Leslie Shereé. Rest up, peep squads. Heading to bed. Good night, girl. Good night. Manetta finally speaks. Yeah, she wanted Manetta to agree. Yep. She was rolling her eyes on that boat. Lord have mercy. And so, so basically this is what, Sonja had to say, and she's calling Kenya passive aggressive. And then, she's basically saying every time I ask her something, she brings up her kid, she brings up her husband, she's deflecting and things of that nature. And Kenya's basically telling Shereé that you didn't think her husband getting up yelling and cussing at us, like, and I'm by myself, that's very intimidating. That's very scary. And the sad thing is most of the ladies don't even think that was wrong, because some ladies are used to men yelling and being disrespectful and swearing at them, that it's okay that he's aggressive. He's yelling, he's screaming, which is inappropriate. And you shouldn't talk like that, especially when no one is like cussing or swearing or throwing bottles or acting like they want to fight. It was really trying to have a conversation with his wife. And Kenya's saying, like, you don't think that that's scary for me? Kenya was supposed to have a husband here. Mark Daly was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be her man. He was supposed to be her husband. He was supposed to be her protector. And baby, she's by herself. And then now you got, she said it makes her feel a certain type of way that she's by herself, that she doesn't have a man here, by her side to protect her, like Sonja basically has. And, but that way that he disrespected her was really wrong. And no one called out Ross for his disrespect and his bad behavior. And Shereé said, I don't really feel like he was aggressive. He was just standing up for his wife. And, Shereé basically, Shereé's a bitch. Shereé, that's what he's supposed to do. Shereé's so ignorant. Shereé is so ignorant. I swear she is. That's what he's supposed to do, cussing and swearing. So that's how you're supposed to talk. That's how you're supposed to carry yourself, disrespecting other people's wife, disrespecting other people's mother, disrespecting other people's family members, when nobody was cussing or swearing or disrespecting Sonja. So in turn, Sonja's husband responds by cussing and swearing because people are asking his wife questions and she don't want to answer the questions. So your response as a man, as a provider, as someone that is out here in a public eye, is to respond with violent, aggressive behavior. This is why the kids are not learning, because some of these adults are just demonstrating behaviors that we don't want the young people to demonstrate. And if he think at his age that behavior was appropriate, and Shereé thinks that behavior was appropriate, like, that's crazy. I can understand if it was like a ghetto environment, like people fighting already, they're throwing drinks, they're moving the table, they're falling all over, they're trying to get close to your wife. None of that was going on. There was no need for him to behave in that manner at all. What is he representing? Nothing. So moving on from that situation, and so Shereé says, I don't feel like it was aggressive. And Kenya said, well, standing up and yelling and cussing, that's not aggressive. Shereé said, well, his tone, well, that's what a husband's supposed to do. And like, Kenya is by herself, y'all. Straight up. All these ladies are plotting on the head on the HBIC, okay? And she's not even doing nothing for them to be coming for her. If she was doing something, it would be one thing, but she's not doing nothing. Look at Marlo mean looking ass. And so, and so you have that situation. And then, Marlo says Kenya likes to prey on people. Let me get, she said basically Kenya likes to prey on people, and that's what she says. Let me get Marlo. And then Sonja says, well, every time I try to ask Kenya a question about, why she doing this and why she doing that, problems I have with her, she comes up with her daughter, she comes up with her husband and the divorce. And then Marlo says, well, she should have been divorced from that guy. That divorce is like 50 years ago. And Sonja said, that's right. I was just like, Lord. And so what Marlo said was, oh, Kenya like to prey on people. So she's basically telling Sonja that Kenya is preying on Sonja. Like, all this stuff is made up from Shereé and from Marlo. It's all made up. It's not real. She didn't do nothing to this lady. Like, I don't know what to say. And she's like, she like to prey on people. And Sonja's like, oh, not me. Because Sonja don't want to seem like a sucker. And they're building her up. Like, Lord. What's up, Miss Nina Bug? How you doing, girl? How you doing? It's good to see you. Shereé just got punked by Jailbird. She isn't a good judge of character. Okay, facts. Thank you for throwing that up there. Shereé sit there like, that's what he's supposed to do. That was so embarrassing. And he never even apologized on his trip. His apology don't matter anymore. There was nothing for him to behave that way. Shereé souping up Sonja, telling, well, she gonna keep poking until you tell her to stop. Like, Kenya's the one that you gotta tell her to stop. You gotta get her in her place. You gotta stop her, or she gonna keep going. Marlo said she like to prey on people. So basically, and so she's listening to the two OGs. They guiding her right into misery. Lord, and so you have that conversation. Kandi, the black top looks nice. The green pants just doesn't go with it. Manetta, I don't know what's going on with Manetta's hair. I don't know if this is her real hair, if this is the weave, or whatever the case may be, but it definitely does look rough as hell. It looks rough on top of her head. That hair looks like you cannot even separate it. You cannot put a comb or a brush through. You gotta pick through it with your hands and divide it and clip it. Girl, she just been sleeping on that hair, wetting that hair, sleeping on it, and throwing whatever the hell that she's throwing up in that hair. Like, it's a whole mess out here in these streets. Hey, Mary J, I'm late, but I'm glad I caught your live. I'm glad you did too. Just go back and watch the beginning of it, because, it's one of them things where we had to call all these haters out and show all the behavior they allowed Sonja to behave like this with Drew. Now she turned around and did it to Shereé. Shereé was upset because she felt disinvited. Kenya felt upset because she was disinvited because that was the behavior that Sonja did to Drew and laughed about it in Drew's face. But when it turned around and it happened to them, it's like, oh my God, like this is awful. Nobody really understood what Drew was going through until they see how Sonja is doing them. They thought it was a one-shot deal. And also when it comes to Sonja did not want Kenya to be there at that iFit to ask questions, and she didn't want Kandi there either, because the way that they did Drew at Drop It with Drew and questioning her business partner, they didn't want these ladies to do that because they would be able to understand and figure it out and let us know what this iFit deal really is about. Okay, so in any event, Maryjanetv, she comes through and she's basically saying, I had a moment, I had like a kumbaya moment. I had a moment with Marlo, and Kandi was like, F that moment with her. Forget that moment with her. Forget that bonding with her. And she was like, girl, you was light on Marlo. I mean, like, you was light. Like, yo, you was taking it easy. And so Kandi, it seemed like Kandi was hoping that Maryjanetv was going to jump in and basically defend her or say something or do something. And Maryjanetv was like, girl, you were wrong. Like, you jumped in and you talked about her nephews and you brought that up, and that's how she's feeling about the situation, and you threw the first low blow. So Kandi's like, damn, I know Kandi feels like shit. I gotta bow down to Marlo again. Yes, you do. You keep bowing down to Marlo. And so she's telling her that Kandi's rolling her eyes. It's like, Kandi, you can't win. You always want to be neutral and play this role, and every time you turn around, Marlo stay shitting on you. That's why that bird shitted on you. Okay. And Marlo said that bird shitted on everybody that needs, her friend said that bird shitted on everybody that needed to be shitted on. That's what Marlo's friend said. And then Marlo said, oh, I believe Sonja I believe Sonja had the birds shit on all of you guys. What? She was like, oh, Sonja is punishing you. She's getting back at you guys. That's why the birds are pooping on you. I was like, Lord, Marlo, you ain't helping Sonja. What you trying to say? She's doing voodoo and shit. Like, come on, Marlo. I wouldn't want Marlo defending me. Okay, I would not want Marlo defending me. So we get this situation. Marlo outfit, her green shirt looks nice. Her and Kandi has on the same shirt. Marlo pants are not my cup of tea. It don't look cute. And Sonja, she looks like a cardboard with a green ribbon around it. Okay, that's what she looked like. It is what it is. Shereé looked like she was basically about to get baptized in the outfit that she's in. She looked like she needs to be on the pulpit. Okay, Marlo earrings and her green top, even though it's identical to Kandi, the green just looked better. Okay, Kandi top could have looked better if she would have had a better hairstyle, had her hair back or had her hair up in a bun, and she would have had some better green pants on. Okay, it looks like she was popping out of them green pants, them slacks that she had on. And so basically Kenya said, I was gonna buy that shirt. I seen that shirt too, but I didn't buy it. And so Kandi was like, this girl, I just can't get away from her. So they got the same shirt on. They think it's cute. And then Marlo actually does look really nice, and this particular, the hairdo looks nice. It looks like the hair transplant that she had actually worked. Right now it looks nice. It looks nice. The earrings really bring out the outfit, and her makeup was done really nice in this particular situation. But in any event, moving on from that situation. Kandi said to Maryjanetv that, every time you turn around, Marlo's always bringing up her past, her childhood, and everything else like that. And then what am I supposed to do? Keep dealing with it? At one point in time, you're going to say, F it. How many times am I going to give this girl a pass? How many times am I going to forgive her? How many times she's going to use them excuses about her childhood? As many times as you're going to accept them. Marlo is one of them type of people that, if you give her something, and she likes whatever you gave her and she can't get it on her own, she'll just keep coming back, even though it bothers you. You may have an attitude, but she's that person that will keep going. Like, she's not going to stop. Like, you would have to force, like, say, listen, I'm not giving you no more. You're going to have to go find your own. Marlo's that type of person. If she can take advantage of you, or if she can get over on you and she knows that that's your weakness, she's going to continue to do that. That's what she's going to do. And so in any event, So we have that whole situation. And I was just like, And Kandi, your girl is not sticking up for you like that. She's trying to get her peach at the same time too. Okay, she's not trying to, ruin her chances. But in any event, Marlo again throws more shade and she goes, "Oh my God, Shereé, you were so wonderful. You were so excellent, Shereé. Shereé, thank you so much. Shereé, when I was racing," because they said, "What was your fondest moment, in Jamaica?" And she was like, "Oh my God, watching Shereé root for me. Shereé was rooting for me. Shereé was screaming my name. That's my motivation. And every time I feel like I can't do something, every time I feel like something's bad or going on, I'm going to play that video of Shereé supporting me." And I was throwing shade at Kandi and I was throwing shade at Kenya, basically saying that Kenya don't, support her and Kandi don't support her. But what did Kandi say? Kandi said, if this race had to do with hoeing, I know Marlo would win and I still wouldn't vote for her. And Kenya Moore said, I would not root for her. I'm rooting for Drew. They was root. Kenya and Kandi was rooting for Drew, and Marlo picked up on that shade because she said, "I heard you guys screaming my name," so she wanted to let them know that she caught the shade, that they were not rooting for her in her underwears and her bra. Okay, she caught the shade, baby. That's what she want. I hope Drew is okay. Drew's all right. Robin, okay. Kandi gave over 10 pieces of crispy bucket chicken. Yes, just the chicken. That's all she needed. Kandi wants everybody to defend her like she doesn't defend Kenya. Yeah, we was talking about that. She defended Sonja. She defended everybody. No one said anything about Ross disrespecting her. Kandi defended Marlo and was at the lounge. Kandi came in and saved Drew and basically get Marlo off of Ralph's neck, but she's never came in to actually support, Kenya. And and it's over. She always does that, but she said it back in the day when Bola was on the show that she doesn't want to. Like when she defends, she said when she defends Kenya, people say, "Oh, you're always on Kenya's side." So she said she's trying to stay so much neutral so people won't call her out. So it almost seems like she's afraid to defend Kenya when it comes to the people that support her. She thinks that she'll be letting them down. So I don't know. That's what it seemed like. Woo! Woo, Lord. Kandi is a whole trip. I don't know why. Maybe she feels like Kenya can defend herself, but Kenya also spoke up, before, not this season, but before, like she wished that Kandi would speak up more and support her in the situation when she was going at it with Porsha and this and that, and you have this information. And that's what Marlo said, "I got the tea. I know what happened. I know. That whole story, guys." And so in any event, so they're sitting at the table and Marlo's basically throwing her shade. And then Shereé, Shereé's been an instigator all this whole Jamaican trip. Shereé has been definitely an instigator. And Shereé said, "Well, Marlo, you told me that you wanted to talk to Kandi. They was gonna come for Kandi. So that was, Kandi's easy. You know what I mean? Kandi did do some fucking back at Marlo, but Marlo at the end of the day, she got Kandi on that situation. But when Kandi said that the nephews are staying with her auntie in a 2-bedroom apartment, it's already 4 people living there now, 2 extra people and an animal. Okay, and she said some things, but what Marlo said hit the belt, and it basically put in people's minds that what they thought about Todd years ago. Oh, she's co-signing it. So in any event, and so Marlo said, "I would like to take accountability." What accountability would you like to take, Marlo? What? And Marlo said, "The part when I was talking to Drew and you jumped in when we was talking about Ralph adopting Josiah. What you don't know is when you jumped into the situation that I had a conversation with, I had a conversation with, Drew and things of that nature about the adoption. And then then he said he's not adopting her. And I was just like feeling a certain type of way. And then you jumped in, and then Kandi, you started telling my boy's personal business and things of that nature. And then you said, I find it weird that, you gave your boys away. And so, Kandi was like, well, first of all, I do love Michael and William. And Marlo was like, Kandi said, but I was, they had words back and forth. And Kandi said, I was just there. I was telling, I was there, and what I said was the truth, what I was saying. And Marlo said, what I was saying was the truth that I was saying. Kandi said, no, the truth and there was no truth in what you said about my husband, okay? For how, So Kandi's basically checking Marlo, saying what you said about my husband wasn't true. And so Kandi's still feeling a certain type of way that Marlo came for her husband. And, then Kandi apologized for how everyone feel. And, what I shouldn't have, brought up your nephews in front of other people, but you were going hard on Ralph and he could not defend himself because you're a woman. If he was going to go back and forth with you and try to defend himself, he was going to look bad. So I just jumped in. So Kandi felt like she needs to jump in to save Ralph. She never feels that way about Kenya. Okay. And thank God Kenya don't need your help. But it probably would be nice. Okay. So in any event, Marlo said, yeah, what you said was wrong. What you said was wrong, girl. So, so Kandi basically apologized. I did not hear Marlo apologize. I just heard Marlo say I would take accountability. So did you guys hear Marlo apologize? I didn't hear Marlo apologize. So it's like Marlo got a fast one on Kandi again. Kandi apologized and Marlo didn't apologize. And then Kandi said, well, Marlo, you know how Marlo asks you. Marlo, you say, I am Marlo. I go below the belt. And then Kandi says, I am not Michelle Obama. You go low. I go low too. I go low with you. Marlo said, Marlo said, I go low too. We both go low because we both don't know how to read classy. So basically, Marlo shaded herself and she shaded Kandi, basically saying that they both go below the belt because they don't know how to read classy like Kenya likes to read classy. Okay, so I was like, I was like, Lord. And I didn't hear, did you guys, let me see. I don't recall Marlo apologizing. I did not hear her apologize. I heard Kandi apologize. So that's why in the title it says Kandi bows down again. She apologized to Marlo. Marlo has dragged Kandi so much. Lord, what does Marlo have on Kandi? She has dragged you. I did not hear Marlo apologize unless production cut it out. Marlo told the whole world what she did to her nephews. Everybody at the table already knew. I know. But somebody told Marlo that Kandi went to blow the belt first because Marlo didn't even know. She couldn't even comprehend that Ralph is not adopting Josiah, but he's still going to be living in a house. He's still going to be like his stepfather because they live together. He's been raising him. And she was like, what, you're not going to have Josiah on your taxes when you're going to see him here and there? So Marlo didn't even comprehend that he's already acting like the guy's father. I mean, the kid's father, Josiah. But she couldn't comprehend that. So I know somebody told her that Kandi went below the belt first. It was probably production or somebody else and called Kandi out because Marlo really never hovers over something unless she thinks that she's right. Somebody told her that Kandi went low first. So you don't really have to apologize to her. Okay. Somebody told her something because Marlo don't be getting hip like that. Okay. She don't be comprehending like that. Kenya already told you she can't comprehend. Okay. I know the baby daddy, Mark Daly. Marlo never apologized. She ate chicken. Yeah, she had that chicken. Kandi apologized to Sonja, not Marlo. Kandi apologized to Marlo. She apologized to everybody, but she also apologized. She also apologized to, Marlo about saying her nephew's name, and she shouldn't have brought her nephews up in front of other people. And so that was her apology. Then she stopped and she says, but you were going hard on Ralph, so I had to defend Ralph because it's not fair, for a man to go against a woman because, it just doesn't look right. And so then, Todd said, next time you guys are arguing, keep my effing name out of it. And so then Marlo basically said, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Don't say that to me. Next time you say that to me, make sure there's a man around when you talk to me like that, because I'm by myself. And I was like, didn't Marlo come to the island with a man? And so she proved Candy's point. Candy said, see, this is why I said a man cannot argue with a woman, but nobody is calling out Ross for getting up and cussing out every woman at the table, but it was really directed towards, Kenya, because if the plan was for Shereé and Marlo and Sonja to team up and be the three Musketeers in Jamaica, he knew about it too, because that's her husband. So then Kenya was the problem. Kenya's the situation. Okay. So his anger was directed towards Kenya. Nobody stood up for her when he was cussing and swearing and lift up his shirt and everything, acting like macho man and all this other stuff, just really a degrading human being. And it's just so sad because some of us are so used to being disrespected like that no one says that it's normal behavior. That's just not normal. That's not how a man's supposed to act. That's not how a man's supposed to carry himself, especially if he's trying to carry himself under honor and integrity. And that's what Sonja and Ross are trying to portray. But we see that not coming on the screen. We don't see no integrity. We don't see none of that. We see the opposite. Okay. Look at this whole bald head, y'all. Y'all gonna tell me this whole head ain't bald? Y'all gonna tell me that they ain't shoe polish on the side of her head? Somebody took a paintbrush and painted that little hair long, and it couldn't even stick because she had no hair she had no hair on her scalp. So in any event, we have that situation. Marlo proved, Candy's point about, a woman arguing with a man on this show, Blasing the Third. And, so, it's so easy. So you can't tell me nobody didn't tell Marlo, oh, Candy was in the wrong because she said something first. Somebody told her. She didn't comprehend that. Because she just made herself look stupid by cussing out Todd, when Candy explained to her that, hey, listen, a man can't argue with a woman, so that's why I jumped in. But Candy should have been more respectful when she jumped in. She shouldn't have brought up the kids. She said, you know what, Marlo, you didn't want to talk about your nephews. Let's not talk about his kids. Ralph, just talk about, portions of what you want to explain about the book, and that's it, and let's move on from there. Everything could have been done differently, but and they ain't even like drunks or weed heads or anything like that. Like, they should have clear mind, clear thought, clear, how they approach and how they talk to people. Because I wish y'all would talk to me like this. This would be a whole nother story. That would be like, oh, she needs to be on Love and Hip Hop. That's what they be saying. And then Marlo, she ended. Marlo said, after that happened, Marlo said, I still support you, Candy, and I'm going to still share your stuff. And then Candy said, I still support you. Then Marlo threw another accent, but I asked you to never bring up my nephews in a negative way around people. So Marlo stuck the knife even harder in Candy. And what did Candy do? Candy accepted it. She stuck it in. She pushed her way in, basically trying to show Sonja this is how you do it. But Candy's an easy target, okay? Because she don't really want to go there with nobody. So, people would say she coasting, but she did more this season. And she gives us more, but they would say like, yo, look at this girl. She just shaded you again. and you apologizing. And so here comes, the hair that's glued on. Now she goes, so what's up, Kenya? How you talk to somebody like that? You got your arms up like you masculine, and you're talking about what's up, Kenya. And then Kenya is like, girl, you sound like a man. What you saying to me? She said, so what's up, Kenya? Like, oh, she's gonna be, and look at Marlo. Marlo's like, this girl better do it. Look at Marlo, knowing that she put this girl up to doing it. And Kenya's looking at her like, okay, here we go. So Kenya's like, so what's up, Sonja? Kenya was like, yo, you're talking to me like a dude, and then Sonja said, well, Kenya, I was trying, every time you trying to be, not try to be a part of the conversation. Every time I say something or something happens, you try to act like you're disengaging from the situation. You've been looking at your phone all night long. You've been looking at your phone, Kenya. You've been looking at your phone all night long. And Kenya was like, I don't even have my phone on me. My phone's over there in my bag. And she pointed to it. And so then she said, well, you've been looking off. So you can't tell me that Sonja did not come into the situation to basically try to shit on Kenya. So basically what Sonja tried to do, the whole episode or this trip was try to get Kenya out her bag by, inviting Shereé to go see the iFit, having Marlo host the show, walking out on Kenya, having her husband cuss her out, different things that, Sonja was doing to basically make Kenya feel like she's not a part of the group, or she does not like Kenya. She's been leaving these breadcrumbs. So now at the end of the day, now she feels like she's been winning because Shereé's been telling her, you got to do this. Marlo's been saying this, and Kenya just been quiet. Kenya hasn't said anything about the disrespect that she feels that is going on, and no apologies were given. And so Sonja felt like, okay, this is the moment I'm going to bum rush this girl. And so she goes, well, you've been looking down. You haven't been paying attention. And Kenya's like, what are you talking about? So it's like she's trying to have a problem with Kenya. She's trying to start something with Kenya. And that's the whole situation. So she tried to say she was on a phone. And Kenya was like, I wasn't even on my phone. What are you talking about? It's over there. And then Sonja said, I feel like you ungrateful for your trip. Kenya's been around the world. Been around the world. She been around the world, baby. She's here. She's probably been here 1,000 times. She's been all over the world. You know what I mean? So you gotta say she's ungrateful. She doesn't like the way that you handle. You called her out, and then she tried to show up and be promptly. You had a list of things that you wanted people to abide by on an itinerary, and then you, as the host, decided not to follow. So therefore, and then you tried to call out, like, try to make it seem like Kenya didn't want to attend your event, but she was disinvited. So now she goes, you're ungrateful. I've been a gracious host. I've been a wonderful host. But you haven't called on people. You haven't checked on people. You said, I'm too busy to check on anybody. Well, can you check on anybody if she was doing Dancing with the Stars? So it's like she's trying to compare herself to Kenya and trying to find any little reason to have a beef with Kenya, which is just really sad. And Kenya was like, oh my God, your ego is amazing right now. Your ego is full. Your ego is like up there, all the way up there, girl. You doing everything. Kenya's just like, Kenya's like, I'm amazed at this. Kenya was like, your ego, you was an amazing host. And you did this, I did that. And Sonja said, I have been good. And Kenya said, well, let me talk. I have something to say. And, and Kenya said it was very disrespectful. And then Kenya says, then Sonja jumps in. So Kenya can't get anything out. Kenya says, I am going to speak and you're going to listen. Then she was quiet for a minute, but I guarantee you Marlo nudged, Sonja, or hit Sonja, or she felt like, oh, I'm giving her the upper hand. It's like, she's fighting to prove that she's stronger, she's better, and she doesn't do anything wrong. And if you say anything about her, she thinking you're coming after her because she has been sheltered by her mother, her father, her sister, and all the people that they have raising her child for her. Okay. So she's been sheltered when she was that Olympic star, but now you're just a regular lady on a TV show. Okay. And so these ladies are not going to put you on that pedestal. When you do wrong, they're going to call it out. they gonna say stuff. This is what the show is about. Just like if Kenya did anything when she was, you see Kandi still bringing up Kenya was a bad host. Sonya's a better host than Kenya. Kenya gave me them crab cakes and all this other stuff. Kenya was going through a whole divorce, and Brooklyn couldn't be on TV, all types of stuff. I mean, they really shitted on her. And Kandi was leading the charge. I left my baby at home. I left my baby. Porsha, my baby love, my baby love. And then Cynthia, oh my God, why did you do that, Kenya? You brought your daughter. And Kenya took the jet because she didn't want people to know, because they was telling her that she couldn't bring her daughters on the trips and things of that nature. So she has to hide that shit and all that other stuff. That everybody's coming for her about this, about that, because she had her baby. Where's the food? And then and she couldn't disappear and leave early, but it's okay for Sonja to go to work and disappear and not even care about what's going on, not check on the ladies, not send them anything, not nothing. And then on top of that, she didn't even give Kenya a birthday cake. So you got all this double standard going on. And so then Kenya said, let me speak. And then Sonja said, so Kenya basically tried to say that, me and Shereé she didn't say Shereé's name, but we was there early. We was there on time and ready to go. And Sonja said, you wasn't there yesterday. So Sonja basically said, so you wasn't there yesterday. So Sonja's mad because Kenya wasn't early the day before. So since she wasn't early the day before, I'm going to punish you for being late the day before and basically make it seem like you didn't even want to come. Okay. That's what she did. And then she took Shereé and said, oh, Shereé, I know you really wanted to come, Shereé. I know you really wanted to see what I was doing, unlike Kenya. Okay. So she's starting all this mess. And so, and Sonja was like, no. And Kenya started to talk. And then Kenya said, well, you're doing a Drew. And Kenya said, I have been nice. And I have even been forgiving. And Sonja said, you have been nice. How have you been forgiven? What did you need to forgive me for? What are you talking about? And then Kenya was like, you're doing a Drew. And then, Sonja goes, Sonja says, you're doing a Kenya. And Kenya said, what do you mean I'm doing a Kenya? If I was doing a Kenya, did I twirl? She said, did I twirl? Did I say we run the world? Did I do this? And then Kenya basically saying your attitude's in the toilet. And then, Sonja, she really couldn't, say anything. Sonja didn't really know how to respond to it because she thought that Kenya was going to back down, that Kenya was going to be scared of the situation, that Kenya, she was gonna overtalk and yell and be loud and you can't really understand what she's saying. So Sonja thought that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get over on this situation. And she had Marlo sitting right next to her, so she thought that it was gonna be on and popping. And then so she couldn't really say nothing, combat Kenya. She says, well, you know what? This is the shady shit that people do. I really tried to like you. I really tried to get to know you. I really tried to do that. Basically trying to say that you're the problem, you the issue, and I tried and I don't like you. So that's the disrespect that she tried to say. And that's what she meant when she said that. When people say that, that's what they mean. They basically don't like you. That's what she's really trying to say. But it's kind of like has a double meaning. So there was nothing that Kenya did to her. She just mad because Kenya read Marlo down to the ground and she wouldn't get out that van for Marlo or for the rest of the girls. She was not going to bow down. So if you seen Kenya do that behavior, you should know that she wasn't going to bow down to the likes of you. Okay. So, we have that situation, and then moving on from that, and so Kenya was like, let's address everything. Let's address something. Tell me something. What did I do? What happened? Tell me what have I done? Give me something particular. And she was like, well, you're never here. You this and that. Time I talk to you, you basically doesn't answer my question. You talk over me. You bring up this. You bring up that. You do this. You do that. It basically said that's as the way I'm explaining. That's how she said it. And then Kenya said, she goes, I do not work in the world of abstract thoughts. Basically saying I don't work don't work with people that are delusional and people that can't get their thoughts together and basically don't even have an idea, just putting all things together to try to make something out of nothing. So she's basically telling her that your mind ain't shit, girl, to your face. And she didn't know what to do. Diana Ross' forehead was like, what? And Marlo just looked. Marlo looked like, oh, this girl's getting red bad. And she said, abstract thoughts. I was like, ooh. And Sonja said, well, you are very dismissive. And, you know, you are very dismissive. You're always dismissive. Then Kenya goes, you are so unarticulated, you know, in explaining yourself. I just don't know what to do. I was like, what did you say? She is so unarticulated. I don't know what to do. I hope Kenya reads Sonja for filth. Really, Barbara? How exactly did Sonja try? I'll wait. You know she didn't, girl. Sonja had a TV show before with her family, Epic Fail. Yeah, I actually watched that show. It was on OWN, actually. Got in that ass. Watch it. Tune in. She did. Kandi makes Bravo too much money. She won't leave and anytime soon. That's true. Shoot, Raheem Charles. I'm gonna catch up on the comments. He's laughing because Sonja didn't have a legitimate reason for turning on Kenya, just like she didn't have one for Drew. So we're watching her repeat the same behavior. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. They're going to try to do the same thing. Kenya peeped the whole situation. She peeped, you know, Shereé. She peeped Marlo. She peeped Kenya. I mean, she peeped Kandi. She peeped all of them. And she did that kumbaya. She was doing that Tina Turner. I was listening to Tina Turner today. For some reason, I just wanted to listen to Tina Turner. I don't know why. I was just listening to Tina Turner today, and she peeped it. You know, she calmed herself, and she was like, I'm not going to let you try to make me look like the monster, because you guys been doing little things. Kandi hasn't, but Kandi indirectly, knowing, Kandi seeing what Shereé and Marlo was trying to do, and then Sonja not showing up and everything else. You know what I mean? So she peeped in, she watched them, you know. She watched them, meaning she's stupid, and Kenya remains in the moment. Facts, Lord. And so, you know, so Kenya just checked us. She was like, you are unarticulate and explaining yourself. And Marlo just put her head down. I didn't catch. Let me see if I caught I don't think I caught it. I tried to. Let me see if I can get. Marlo just put her head down. Marlo was so embarrassed. Let me see if I have it. Marlo was so embarrassed. Oh, I didn't catch it. I probably did, but I don't see it right now. Oh, that was just it. Marlo just had her face, and then look at Sonja. Now you're gonna tell me, come on. I ain't even gonna talk about her. I ain't gonna talk about that. But the pictures keep coming up, and I'll be thinking about it until I see the picture. And so, in any event, so you know, she checked her. Sonja said, Sonja really didn't say that. Kenya says, if you have an issue. And so only thing Sonja said, well, you hung up on me. And Kenya said, didn't we talk about that situation? Didn't we talk about that? Didn't we apologize to each other and we moved on from that? And then Kenya said, if you have an issue with me, then then let me know that you have an issue. You know, oh no, I'm messing that up. So when she calls out Kenya did say, did I twirl? She said, you're doing a Kenya. Kenya said, did I twirl? Did I say going with the wind, fabulous? Did I say that? And Sonja said, classic Kenya, you know, turning things around because she's dismissive. She's being dismissive. That's all she could say. And then Sonja said, you dismissed me. Sonja, you hang up the phone on me. Kenya said, we talked about it. So what are you talking about? What else? So Kenya said, please tell me what else. What else did I do? Tell me. And so that's when Sonja didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to say. And I think Kenya said, I'll wait. I believe she said, I'll wait. and she didn't have nothing to say. She was just done. And Marlo's face looked like somebody put shit under her nose, and it looked like somebody that pulled her eyes all the way back. She looked so mad. I thought I captured that moment, but Marlo was pissed. Marlo had, and she had her eyes closed and her face down. She had her lips poked out like she was pouting, baby, and she didn't jump in the same NT thing. Okay, and so Kenya said, I'll wait, and she didn't have anything else to bring up, and so that's when she didn't have anything else to bring up, and said, Kenya said, Sonja, if you have an issue with me about something, please let me know so we can move forward. Just like we move forward on the other thing with the phone call, just let me know so we can move forward. And let's not stay in the same place. I don't stay in the past, so basically Kenya's saying, let's move forward. I don't harp on the past. So she's thinking that they got Kenya upset, they got her mad, they got her out her bag. She's gonna be, the Tasmanian, which what did Sonja say? I'm gonna be the Tasmanian. Okay, that wasn't the situation, girl. You got ate up right on your own stomping ground. You was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You didn't do nothing but look stupid. Look at her just looking stupid. Her nails look pretty though. So in any event, so with that situation, then Sonja said, I appreciate that, Kenya. I appreciate that. Of course she appreciate that, because she gave you an olive branch right in calling you inarticulate, and also calling you abstract thinking, that basically you can't have a clear thought. You bumble and jumble everything up. It's up your imagination. You're making things up. Click. Oh God. So, that whole situation is just like, damn. This is just I didn't even do it. It come on. Her edges keep changing every time she's in the scene. Come on, look at that. Ain't nothing there, y'all. Shoe polish is sitting up on top of that head, girl. So, um she got dissed, and she was just very happy that Kenya let up. And she started off with Kenya too. So what's up, Kenya? When someone said, so what's up, Kenya? You've been ignoring, you've been paying attention to your phone, and she was making that up. So what Kenya said about Sonja was actually facts. It was facts, and it was displayed right before our eyes. Okay, she said, you are on your phone, Kenya. You've been looking down and not paying attention to what I've been talking and saying, and you look like you're somewhere else. And Kenya was like, my phone is over there, Sonja, in my pocketbook. It's in my purse. It's over there. She said, well, you've been looking down. You've been acting like you're not engaged in the situation. That's abstract thinking right there. So right before our eyes, she and then Kenya said, give me an example of what I did, that was very dismissive, or what I did to disrespect you. And she couldn't explain. And Kenya said, you are so inarticulate and explaining yourself that I just don't know what to do. I mean, and it was like a teacher, she said it really nice. Like, can you understand that some people just not articulate it at all, or cannot articulate their self? And then she knows that people that make shit up in their head and get all upset. And she probably knew that it was Shereé and Marlo putting shit in your head. And so she was easy on you. She was easy on you. She just did you in quick, fast, in a hurry. And it was you that set yourself up for failure. Okay. I know you think that you win all the time, but you're not going to win when you're wrong. If you're right, that's one thing. And so, Sonja didn't have anything else to say. And then Kenya basically gave her that olive branch, like, if you have an issue, you have a problem, let's talk about it so we can move forward. Like, I'm a big enough person to move forward. And then Sonja said, I appreciate that. And basically, just, we need to have respect for each other, respect for everybody. And then Kenya was like, basically, I respect you. I like you, or whatever, to Sonja. Just the same speech Sonja gave. But Sonja said, I tried to like you, Kenya. I tried to get to know you. Basically saying you're a horrible person. I couldn't get to know you. And I really don't like you. Basically, to try to get you mad, to say, what you mean you don't like me? And Kenya didn't go that way. She had you break it down how stupid you are in front of national TV, in front of everybody. Okay, that's what she did. She made you read yourself at the same time that she was reading you. Okay, librarian, teacher. And then she was like, oh, Kenya talking these math problems. She's talking math problems, girl. You already know she crazy. And so that whole situation went down, and I was like, whoa. I was like, damn, this is deadly right here. And a girl was caught up in the trap. Candy's laughing. Candy put her head down on the table, because when Kenya said, I'll wait. And, then Kenya turned around and said, I respect everybody. And she goes, well, I barely respect, I know I only respect a few people. She said, she says, I don't respect nobody, or something like that. And then Kenya said, let me change that. I respect a few people. And Kenya says, I love art. I love smart people, articulated women. So basically, she threw another shot at Sonja when she said, I like women that can articulate. And basically, Sonja can't. So that was a shot at Sonja. And then Kenya switched around and said, well, I like women that are accomplished. Like, you are accomplished. Like, Kenya was like, she read her, and homegirl didn't know what to do, y'all. Homegirl, like, she withdrew. Drew don't know how to do it like Kenya do, because all you have to do is not get upset, and you didn't do nothing wrong, and just basically let her show her true colors. And she surely did, and she didn't know what to do. That she said, I appreciate that, Kenya, but she didn't apologize, and nor did her husband apologize. Okay, but at the end of the day, she got the shade. Okay, she got the shade assassin was on the scene. And Sonja looked confused. She looked lost. She's sweating and everything, y'all. Kenya was like, I can't believe this woman is coming for me, as dumb as she is, Lord. And then she wouldn't let Kenya talk. She was talking over Kenya and everything. So then Kenya had to go piece by piece with her, get one sentence in and have her respond. And she couldn't do that either. And then Kenya asked her, is there a birthday cake for me? Sonja was so mad, she didn't even give a birthday cake for Kenya. So, she's in her feelings, and Kenya knew that she was in her feelings. And that's why Kenya didn't, fall for the trap that they was trying to set for her to feel jealous or feel upset or feel mad. And then Candy said she had to go pee. She was in the airport, and she smelled that KFC chicken. They say KFC chicken in the airport is the best chicken. So Marlo went and got a bucket of chicken, baby. Candy ran over there and got her a wing and was eating the chicken. And, now they friends over some chicken, y'all. Over some chicken, y'all. A mess, a whole mess. Like, it was so much. Hey, Anita. Yeah, he should have apologized. He should have apologized the next day at dinner, and he didn't. Oh, I love a great read. Wait, I know. And Candy done hit the table, and she was just laughing. Candy said, I don't know why that girl tried to go up against Kenya. So, it seems like maybe Candy feels that Kenya can defend herself a lot better than most. Well, better than everybody on the show, even including her. Okay. So Candy hit that table, and she was just laughing. Marlo didn't say nothing. Shereé didn't say nothing, because they knew she gave it to him. It was almost like when Jonathan from Bad Boys was just giving the boys, their medicine. So yes, so messed up. Barbara, can you read and then turn the page? Yes, she did. Yes, Miss Nia Buck, for real. Sonja admit In her confessional, she did not know what to say. Because she's usually always right. I mean, that people cater to her, and you're not going to get catered to over here. Okay, Cece, Kandi should have just went and brought her own chicken. You know, Candy's so good. Maybe it was past the gate and had to get on the plane. You know, Marlo done send the man to go get the chicken. She said she was on the island by herself. Kenya was on that island by herself. She didn't have nobody else with her. And that man being disrespectful. No one saying anything. You know, no leaders among the group of men. I disrespect for some chicken. You already know. Come prepared. Besides, she definitely said enough to. Yep. She definitely did. Definitely did. So Kandi loves to eat. Yes, Miss Williams. She loves to eat, baby. Sonja battered died at the table. Next time, use your race. You are so wrong for that. Kandi easily bribed. I am so ashamed. Oh God. Kandi don't want to fight with Marlo. That's the whole thing. Kandi don't want to fight with Marlo. Kandi don't want to fight with Marlo. And who else knows what Marlo knows? Okay, so we could talk about Todd talking about Kandi to Marlo, but maybe he talked about, you know, Kandi to Carlos King, you know, to NeNe, to people behind the scenes, you know, and basically Marlo got some information. That could be the case, but I just think Kandi's kind of fed up. She don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more. That she don't want to fight no more. I'm telling you, I was listening to Tina Turner today, y'all. I don't even know. I just wanted to listen to Tina Turner. I don't know why. I put that music on and I cleaned my whole kitchen. I was in there dancing, mopping the floors and everything. What did Miss C say? I know that's so sad that she is bribed for some chicken. That is just, you know, called out her mama. But you know, it's Kandi just don't want to fight. That's all it is. She you know, Marlo knows who to do it with. That's why she backed up off Kenya. After the lodge, do we see Marlo coming? So that advice that she gave, you know, that advice that Shereé gave to Sonja as advice that you can use for Marlo, because Kenya wasn't even coming for her. Kandi don't have a backbone, not one. There was a lyric in the Tina Turner song was like, I want you to do something like I got no spine. I was like, what? Tina Turner's talking like this? Oh shit. You can't handle the heat without Candy Coded Click or her mama. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. To leave giving up Marlo of all people, giving in to Marlo of all people. You already know this is a bad look. Oh, we'll see if she redeemed herself, you know. And Marlo is getting her team together because you heard Sonja. We the Three Musketeers. Okay, the chicken wing has not changed a thing. They are still enemies. I know they are, but at least they had a nice plane ride. Oh yeah, she's just done. She's like, I don't want to fight no more. I just want my check, bitches. Yes, Anita, no man should ever jump in. And then on top of that, not even apologize. And then Sonja didn't even apologize for her husband. Tell me, uncouth and raggedy people. Uncouth and raggedy on national TV. Well, that's supposed to be gangster. That's embarrassing. That is definitely embarrassing. I wouldn't want him representing me. That's embarrassing. What to do with it sounds like it's from the same woman that did I don't want to fight no more. Yeah, that's all from Tina Turner. Hey Sheila, Mississippi in the building, baby. I mean, I was just listening to Tina Turner today. I don't know why. I was gonna put on Beyonce, but I was like, no, I want to put on Tina Turner. And I put on Tina Turner. Hey, Mississippi's in the building. So that's it. That's basically it. We had 2 hours, Lord him. It was a long episode. There was a lot of tea and a lot of shade and a lot of side conversations and a lot of dirtiness and a lot of, you could see what people were doing where, it just couldn't be brushed by. Like, you have to point all this out because it's all gonna come up at the reunion. So it kind of took a long time. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to be this long or this late, but it was just so much. There was so many. I think I even missed some of the stuff. There was still more tea and thrown that I know these ladies are watching, and they're gonna bring this up at the reunion. So Sonja, baby, but you got what? Kandi cussing out Marlo cussing out Kandi, Drew hurting herself and losing the race. You got Shereé playing both sides, going back and forth. You got Monyetta basically siding with Marlo. You got Sonja making things up in her head and believing what people saying, and basically saying that she has a team and the Three Musketeers. She's disappointed in Shereé, and then basically trying to pull Shereé back in because Marlo told her to, because Shereé was really siding and really felt a certain type of way with Kenya, and she called her out at the table, and there was no cussing, there was no calling anybody names or disrespect. So that was just so wrong for her husband. Then you have Ross, arguing, cussing out the ladies and things of that nature. So it's safe to say with this trip that this heifer is going to be back on next season. This trip was just full of drama. And what do Bravo like? Drama, recklessness, liars, complete fools and idiots. And we just saw her get played like a fiddle and make up things in her head towards Kenya. Like, we seen this girl do this in front of our face. And then we seen the two OGs pushing her up to do it. And then we see Kandi, cower down to Marlo again. Regardless, Marlo been wrong. Kenya gathered her. It was just like, this was a read where it just shows that you are crazy and you made this stuff up in your head. And, it's just like when you're arguing with your husband or your boyfriend or your man and you thinking all these things are going on, but none of this is going on. And so now you get into an argument with him, and then you're trying to tell him, and then he goes, explain to me, what did I do? And especially when he's calm, he was like, tell me what I did, what happened. And and basically the shit is all up in your head. You made it up because this is how you feel because you're so fucking emotional. Sonja, yeah. Oh yeah, her Duracell battery died. She needed the energizer because she died at the table. She died at the table, Lord. Oh my God. This is bad. Let me get down here. Yes, that's what's happening. And that's what Drew tried to really point out. She tried to point that out at the table. She tried to point it out. So now, if Drew would have made up an argument and made up things in her head and came after somebody, because the way that Sonja was like, so what's up, Kenya? You've been on your phone, and Kenya wasn't even on her phone. Like, somebody put the number down. I know it's late, so nobody's probably gonna call in, but I'm just gonna put it up here just in case you guys want to call in and tell me your thoughts. Because I was like, I was so happy Sonja got it got to Sonja. I'm so happy that she got what she deserved. I'm so happy she got what she deserved. And when I say she got what she deserved, we're not talking about fighting. We're talking about none of that. We're just talking about words. Like, when you can use your words, you don't have to cuss. You don't have to argue. And Sonja can't articulate herself. And that's why, her husband said that she was drowning. He had to jump in to save her. And he's going to jump in to save her anytime, because he looked at her and he was like, oh my God, like, I got to save her. And so, she's usually the one that's right, but he read the room, he read the table, and the way that she couldn't articulate herself without cussing, yelling, or basically you talking mumbo jumbo. You know what I'm saying? And so, it was proven tonight that, you can't hang with the big dogs, baby. Bow down, sit down. Jew should have gave you a doggy treat because you was a puppy running around Shereé and running around Marlo, and baby, they watch you get tame, girl. They watch you get caught by who's the people that come at pet control. They watch pet control pick you up. They didn't even try to bite pet control. They don't whoever them people that come and get animals. Pest controls when you, I don't know. So so in any event, they just watched you, as you was getting captured. Them are your friends, girl. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Exactly, lady gang. Seems like the ladies are they are taking it light. I really wish Drew was at the dinner. It would have went very differently. Yes, it would have. It would have been nothing would have been solved. They would have been like, nah, she wouldn't have been because SPCA, yes. I couldn't think of them when they come around and they don't come around anymore because there don't be no animals. Where are all the animals? Where are the cats? Where are the dogs? Where are the animals that used to just run the streets? There's none of them. Like, where are they going and what has happened? Growing up, there was, you'd be like, yo, you got to watch out for dogs, but you don't even got no dogs running. So in any event, she got caught and they just watched her. Pest control is right, Mary Jane, because Sonja is a rat. I can't. The dog catcher, animal catcher, SPCA. Y'all are too much. I can't. What? Because Sonja is a rat. Y'all are too much. She said, I know. Yes, she is cloud chasing. Oh my gosh, she's definitely cloud chasing. Pest control. I don't know. What? All the dogs is found good home. Catcher C-A-T. Oh, okay, it's called animal control. It's animal control. I was like pest control, animal control. Okay, yeah, so that's what it is. Animal Control Services of Animals Control Agency is a entity charged with responding to requests to help with animals ranging from wild animals to dangerous animals and animals in distress. So it's animal control, Lord. Them dogs are living their best lives. It's hard in these streets. Her husband, a fancy Uber driver. Oh, y'all are wrong. Why you calling him? Okay, that was a personal call. 1970. Oh, yo, Sonja got read. Okay, let me just text them back because they're thinking I'm just hanging up on them and shit. All right, my bad. It's my kid. Okay. No wonder he's always in Texas. Sonja's annoying as F. Oh my God. Yo, when you say he's a fancy Uber driver, that is so wrong. Always remember to get your pets paid and neutered. That's what happened to Sonja tonight. She got spayed and neutered, and Marlo and Shereé did not jump in to help at all. They set that girl up, and you were staying there all night, Miss T. You can tell Sonja is a major fan of Real House. She probably loved violent Porsha. Lord, Anita. Keisha, that was funny. Y'all are too much. all dogs don't go to heaven. Y'all know that, right? Good morning, Mary Jane. Why Sonja can't confront Kenya in front of the group? She said she was the Jamaican renegade, right? Yeah, that's what she said. I couldn't remember that. I know she said Tasmanian. She said she's gonna get it on her stomping ground. Boy, she was. It was a mess. I'm trying to see what the other lady said. So, yep. And that's the situation. Y'all are too funny. Yes, that's what I've been saying. I've been saying that the whole time about her. You can read it. And that's why she didn't want to invite the ladies to her house. And even Marlo shade her house. And Marlo was like, what, you got to fix her upper? Like that. Marlo said, what is this, a fixer upper? And then when Kenya said, I had to pack a lunch to get to your house, you know, she was being shaded. You know, when someone said, I got to pack a lunch to come to your house because she lives so far, they would shade. Shereé was shading her. Marlo was shading her. They were shading. Oh, well, Marlo didn't shade her at that particular dinner that she threw for Shereé, I believe. But she definitely did shade her. Like, what, you got to fix her upper? I was like, what? When Kenya said I had to pack a lunch to get to your house, I died. Sonja got TKO tonight, and it was an embarrassing TKO. You know, it was, and everything, all her behavior was coming out. So it's like she proved Kenya right at every single step. You know, this was a flawless victory. Porsha. Oh God, I'm dead. Who said that? Oh Lord, y'all are too funny. So yep, that's it, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. I think I was listening to Married to Medicine. You know, I guess they got some strippers. You know, Contessa and Dr. Heavenly, they working it out. Anila, she pees on herself. What else is happening? The guys are getting along. Eugene is getting along with KS or Karen, if you want to call him that. I thought what's her name? Toya was supposed to be fighting the new girl, arguing with Andrea or whatever. But in any event, we'll talk about that. And we got, I didn't see P Valley. I gotta watch P Valley and gotta review it on that channel. It's just that I gotta, you know. So I will see you guys tomorrow, the day after. We gonna catch up. We gonna be here, and I will be uploading too as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day at work, you know, and be safe as you travel, because I don't know what's going on. People are out here acting like they can't drive. People are just driving weird. People are driving crazy. You're seeing all these stories of just tragic events happening. So basically be very careful when you're on the road. You know, may each and every one of you guys have, you know, safe protection on the highways and the byways and things of that nature, because there's just so much going on in this world when it comes to just being on the highway. People driving like, yo, listen, if I wasn't like a daredevil when it comes to driving, or used to race cars and had all this type of stuff, I would be lost out here, because these people drive so crazy. You know, I have to block, like, you know, when you're on the highway, like, you know, like 6 or 7 accident people that's just be driving crazy. You know, I had to jump into the breakdown lane, jump off, you know, go around, go this and that, because people just stopping in the middle of the freaking highway or cutting in. They're not looking. It's just like so crazy. You know, I'm just like, oh God, like, it's thank God the cars got cameras all around. People just be driving crazy. So School is about to start. For some here, school hasn't started yet, but in other places down south, it started. Just protection for our kids, protection for our grandkids, and things of that nature, because they need the mamas, they need the aunties, they need the daddies, they need the uncles to be praying. They took prayer out to school, so we're gonna have to pray for these kids. Lord, pray for our kids in our community, and actually, manifest protection for ourselves and our family. Point blank, period. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you guys so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Let me see. For real, for real. Good night to you too. Good night, babe. Good night. Good night. Oh, it's so sweet. Yes, Miss Nina Bug. Yes. Later, y'all. Yes, CC. Yes, Angel. Yes, Robin Walker. Yes, William. CC. Roberta Smith. Sonja needs Kenya more hair care for them edges. Lord, she don't even got no edges. She needs a whole. So true. Yes. Good night, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. It was just so much tea that I just wanted to go slow with it, because there was just a lot of things going on. We was just seeing a lot of shade all the way around. Kandi got read by her friend Monietta. Kandi was like, "You was light. Was you supposed to fight your battles, Kandi? Are you giving her some Monte?" Good night, guys. Love you too. Love you guys. Good night. Good night, Norris Tony. You guys make sure you go check out Norris Tony YouTube channel. Check out Ralph Esco channel. Check out Reppin' Fitness channel. Peace and love, y'all.